my fault. This is police business.
Police business, my foot. That's my husband you're manhandling.
Augusta, Lionel's under arrest.
It's all right, Augusta. I can handle this. You see, in order to beat the Capwells, you have to get down in the sewer with them and roll around.
Unless the prisoner would prefer to be gagged, I'd suggest he keep his thoughts to himself.
Oh, bring on your gag, by all means.
Daddy, please don't make it any worse.
Honey, I don't think it gets much worse.
Christmas Eve. Night of his greatest triumph. You really are a low form of vermin.
Personally, I'd like to know what the charge is specifically, Mr. Prosecutor.
How about robbery, possession of stolen goods, withholding evidence, and if you keep up this petulant attitude, resisting arrest.
So it's true.
Yeah, I think we can look forward to a speedy trial and conviction. How does 5 to 10 sound, Lionel?
Well, personally, I'm not going to say any more until I talk to my lawyer. Especially with him around. You know, I knew that there was a reason you were in the audience tonight. You just had to see the show, didn't you, Cece?
Well, if I had known that this was going to happen, I think I would have tried to get better seats. I'm sorry you're not going to be able to read more from your logbook.
Yeah, that reminds me. Augusta, you get a hold of the museum director. I want all the contents in this safe, including the logbook, secured in a secure room here at the museum. That means a 24-hour guard. I'm entrusting the collection to you, all right?
Don't worry, darling. Nothing will be touched.
All right, and have the cars brought around right away.
They're right up front, sir.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. Where are you taking him?
Where do you think?
It's Christmas Eve.
No, look, this isn't fair.
Look, Lincoln,
leave me alone. Look, he has rights. He can't just come in and put handcuffs on someone.
You can if they're suspected of committing a crime.
He's done nothing. He's innocent.
Mason, you found some things. Now, this doesn't mean he's guilty.
Ted, you stay out of this.
Out of the way.
That's enough of this. Let's take the prisoner away, please. Excuse me.
Please, he's innocent.
It's all right, darling. They're not going to hurt me. And don't go getting yourself into trouble, okay?
It's not fair. You haven't done anything.
Well, I know that. I'll be out at midnight, I promise.
Lionel, your car is waiting.
Oh, thank you. That's the man. Well, stop it.
What man?
That man with a beard.
Nice try, Lionel, but those tactics went the way of the Late Show.
Mason, I'm not joking. That is the man that was framing me. Now stop him! Come on!
Could we all stand back and give the prisoner some room, please?
Mason, Mason, please, can I have a moment alone with my husband?
Augusta, you've already had plenty of time with him.
I mean, alone, in private. Please.
All right. 1 minute.
It's the coins.
So it seems.
We both know that Warren took them.
Watch what you say in front of them.
Lionel, what are we going to do?
We're going to keep that little bit of information to ourselves.
For how long?
Indefinitely.
Oh, Lionel, we can't.
Come on, Augusta. Stiff upper lip. These are Capwells watching. We don't want them to think that anything phases us.
All right, I'll try.
Do that. Tell Warren I want to see him right away tonight, got it?
Yes.
Okay, good girl. Mason, let's go see this 3-star jail of yours, huh?
No, none of that. It's all right. It's all right. Everything's going to be all right. Your father's been in worse situations.
It's Christmas.
He'll be out in time. It's all right.
Lakin?
Leave me alone.
Are you sure?
Yes. Just leave me alone, okay?
6.5 feet. Guy wanted $75 for it. Can you believe it? $75 for a Christmas tree. Anyway, I talked him down to 25. Something I learned from my dad. Always buy your trees on Christmas Eve. Much cheaper that way. So, what do you think?
About what?
The tree, baby. Isn't it the most magnificent thing you've ever seen?
There aren't any lights or ornaments on it.
Well, we don't need any of that stuff. I mean, it would just ruin the natural beauty of the tree. Look at the shape. Smell the pine. I mean, all that tinsel and stuff would just ruin it. You want some tar for your hair?
No, don't you dare.
Baby, I love you.
Your hands are freezing,
They
Joe.
are. All right.
You know what? You are right. This is probably the most beautiful tree I've ever seen. This is even nicer than the ones Daddy used to have cut, especially for the family. You know, those trees were amazing. Always perfectly shaped.
You miss your family. I was wondering when that would start.
Come on. This This is my first Christmas away from them.
Yeah, and your first Christmas with me, and my first real one in 5 years.
I know, I'm sorry.
I just want it to be perfect.
It will be. This will be the best Christmas of our lives.
Can we start right now?
Where's the champagne?
Presents first.
Nope. Sorry. Capwells don't open gifts till Christmas morning.
Perkins do it Christmas Eve. Go on, open it. Yeah, well, it's the same diamond. I just had a new setting made.
Joe, it's beautiful. Oh, thank you. All right, now I have to get yours.
Later.
No, come on, you'll love it.
All I want right now is you. To look at you. To feel you close to me. You are so incredibly beautiful. And no, it's like a dream. I mean it. It's like I'm dreaming.
I want so much for you to be happy.
I am. I mean, I've got a job and I'm making some money and we're together. Now, how lucky can a guy be?
Well, he could have a girl that's just wildly in love with him.
Do I?
It's a dumb question.
I don't think so. We'll find out.
Dan?
Excuse me?
Mason, I knew you said you had a little surprise prepared, but I didn't realize it was going to be this grand.
Unfortunately, I couldn't have it wrapped and put under the Christmas tree.
I don't suppose you could tell me what this is all about.
We found Lionel with stolen goods. Had his house searched earlier this morning.
What kind of goods?
Some articles that were stolen from your house several years ago.
The gold coins? That Lionel stole the coins?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that at the present time until I've interrogated the suspect.
Now, Mason, if those things belong to me, I have a right to know what they were.
Now, I said they were stolen from your house. That doesn't mean they belong to you.
They were the coins. Sophia's coins.
I'll call you later when I know something, Dad.
Mason, this doesn't make any difference, you know. I'm not going to change my mind about you.
Don't you mean you haven't changed your mind yet?
I don't think I'll ever change my mind. Good night, Mason. Harold, may I speak with you, please?
You must be very happy.
About what?
Your tactics succeeded.
I'm sorry, Augusta. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you couldn't snare Lionel one way, so you stooped to another tactic. Tell me something. What's your theory? If you can't have him, destroy him?
Any problems Lionel has gotten himself into, it's of his own doing, Augusta.
Ah, spoken like a true Catwell. Bravo!
Excuse me.
Mrs. Lockridge, for your information, I was just talking to Eden, and she was telling me how stunned she is by what's happened. She is deeply concerned, as are we all.
I noticed, Miss Peel. I got a glimpse of you when they took Lionel. Looked like you just had the wind knocked out of you.
I was shocked, after these incredible finds, to be marred by such an event.
What sentiment? And here I thought you were a friend of the Catwells.
I am.
Well, then you should be elated. Just like the rest of them.
Mrs. Lockridge, we don't know each other very well. Eden is very upset, as are we all.
I'll just bet she is.
Mason, I want to know something.
I'm very busy, Layton.
Mason, someone phoned you to give you the tip to search our house. I want to know who it is.
I'm not at liberty to reveal that.
They are trying to frame my father. Whoever it was placed those coins in our home.
Layton, your father put those coins in your home. Now, the sooner you accept that, the easier it will be for you to get through this.
What are you going to do to him?
Well, I guess we'll photograph him, fingerprint him, and book him. Any other questions?
Only one. How did anyone as evil and vicious as you ever become a lawyer?
Oh, haven't you heard? It's a prerequisite for the job.
Well, Mason, you've had your fun. You got your little arrest on live television. Now, when does he get out of there?
Well, there'll have to be a bail hearing, of course, and this being the holidays, that could take several days.
You're very proud of yourself, aren't you?
I'll admit there is a certain excitement to an arrest.
Especially when it's a Lockridge, right?
Well, now that you mention it.
You impudent little coward. Hiding behind public offices to do your dirty work. You may think that you pulled off a coup here tonight, Mason, but you didn't. Because nothing's going to spoil the overwhelming success of Lionel's discoveries. Those paintings are worth millions. And that logbook is going to prove that your family is just nothing but a pack of half-crazed mass murderers.
What it proves or disproves is of no concern to me, Augusta.
You got the limelight tonight. You're very happy with it, aren't you?
Think what you like, Augusta. I have work to do.
Fascist. Pig.
Hey, no, listen, you just calm down.
My father has just been arrested by your brother. That's hardly something to calm down about.
Listen. Now, we can't let this come between us.
It already has.
Look, your father has just been arrested. Now, this does not mean he's guilty.
Where's Kelly?
Why, Kelly?
Somebody phoned Mason and told them to search our house for the coins. Somebody turned in my father.
Oh, I get it. Since Kelly and I are the only ones that know about the coins, you think one of us did it.
Just tell me where she is.
You are accusing her of engineering this whole thing?
Would you rather I accuse you?
Well, go ahead. But you know, I thought we had a trust going here. Or at least we used to.
Well, I don't know who to trust. I mean, my father says one thing, my mother says another. You and Warren, you all know something you're not telling me.
Okay, listen.
Look, it's not true what they're saying about my father.
I know it's not.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you would be just as angry as I am.
Look, it's just not doing any good.
Well, my father and brother did not steal anything.
Finally, it's over. He is going to pay for all the destruction. You're going to be put away, Lionel. Forever, they are going to put you away forever.
Bit sparse on the decorations, isn't it?
We like it that way.
You like it that way. Yes, you would. What do you call it? A natural Christmas tree? Everything's natural these days, even potato chips.
Just tell us why you're here, Mason.
What? You're not going to offer your beloved brother a glass of eggnog or hot toddy? It's the season for them.
Sorry, Mason. All out of hot toddies. Must have had a rush on them.
Couldn't find him anywhere.
Gee, I'll have to get right to the point then.
We'd appreciate it.
20 minutes ago, Lionel Lockridge was arrested for stealing coins from the Capel estate.
What do you mean?
Did you say Lionel Lockridge?
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not the only ones who were surprised.
It's not the arrest that surprises us.
It's the name.
We had the impression that Warren had the coins.
No doubt to cover up for his father's theft. No, the proof is pretty strong. I found the coins in Lionel's possession, along with some other pretty incriminating evidence. Doesn't look good for him.
So why are you here?
Well, I know that you two have been conducting a little investigation of your own. May I? It would be helpful to me if you could volunteer any information that you might have that would further implicate Lionel Lockridge.
Implicate him in what?
In the theft, of course. Now, I'd give you some more time, but I'm kind of pressed for time myself, so why don't we do it this way? I'll tell you what I know, and then you tell me what you know.
All right.
Okay, the coins belong to Sophia. That much is common knowledge. What I'm looking for is a link between Lionel, the coins, and Sophia.
You don't know?
Joe.
No, it's okay. Maybe Mason will be luckier than we've been.
Then there is a link.
Oh, yeah. Now, we found some things that Channing had hidden.
When you broke into the house.
Do you want our help or not, Mason?
Go on.
First of all, it was Lionel who gave the coins to Sophia.
What?
Yeah, now he gave all of them to her. Another thing that we found that Channing had hidden was a photograph of Sophia with the words 2LL, Love Sophia, inscribed on it.
To Lionel Lockridge? Mm-hmm. What are you saying?
Yep. Channing found out that Lionel and Sophia were having an affair.
Both before and after her marriage to CC.
Well, that's fascinating. An affair between a Capel and a Lockridge?
Look, Channing found out somehow. He knew that our mother was having an affair, and he also wanted to expose Warren for stealing the coins.
So Warren took the coins to cover up for his father's affair?
Exactly.
Our theory is that Warren killed Channing just to cover up for his theft.
My God. Well, that all adds up. Coins, the clippings, everything.
What do you mean?
Well, I also found clippings of Channing's murder in Lionel's possession. He kept them as some sort of sick reminder, I guess.
So our theory is wrong?
Don't you remember? Lionel was there the day of the party. I had a confrontation where I tried to throw him out. Channing told me that Lionel was an invited guest.
A Lockridge invited to a Capwell party?
Mm-hmm. Strange, isn't it?
Seems to me you've been hanging this whole theory on a lot of flimsy evidence.
Yeah, but it all adds up to Channing's murder.
So you're saying that Lionel killed Channing to keep the affair secret?
Well, yeah. Yeah, he had to kill him, don't you see? Well, you and I both know how vicious Channing was. He always went for the jugular. You got a better theory?
There are others that have confessed to hating Channing who could have done it.
Kelly, I can't believe after what we've just found out that you'd think I had anything to do with it.
You know, Mason, you're the type of person that would pin it on anybody else just to make yourself look good.
Now, wait a minute, Kelly.
That's far enough, Mason.
Well, I'm getting a little sick of your
All
accusation.
right, that's enough. Let's get out of here. Just get the hell out of here.
Well, Merry Christmas to you too, Joe.
Harold, I don't think I need remind you that I am one of the board members of this museum and that my annual contributions to this facility is a very tidy sum.
I realize that.
Well, Lockridge was reading that log for the public television, and I think that would take some sort of precedent.
What's the problem here?
Mr. Capwell would like access to the logbook.
Aha! Absolutely not.
This is none of your business, Augusta.
The hell it isn't. Everything that was recovered from the Amanda Lockridge is the Lockridge family property. And in my husband's absence, I am responsible for their safekeeping.
I might suggest a guard, Mrs. Lockridge.
Excellent idea. Hire one. And the Lockridges will assume all the expenses and inconvenience.
Augusta, Lionel read that book, and it's a public matter now, and I think it is as much mine as it is yours. I'd like to know what's in it.
Since when, may I ask? The Amanda Lockridge is our property, and so is the captain's logbook.
That's over 100 years ago.
Oh, well, it'll be 100 years before you see that book.
You know, Augusta, it's interesting to me that you would stand here and argue about a logbook that's 100 years old while your husband is sitting in jail.
For which I can thank you, I would assume.
What does that mean?
The arrest. I would make a very big wager that you're behind it.
Would you be willing to wager the logbook?
Not that big a wager, Cece. But I know another reason you're here. You're frightened. You're desperate. I can read it in your face. You can tolerate anything but the success of the Lockridges. Those paintings. The logbook. It's just killing you that they're in our possession, isn't it?
Augusta, I assure you, I am not going to lose any sleep over a bunch of paintings.
Why don't you just admit it? You're jealous. Those paintings are worth millions.
You're just like your husband.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. You want to live as a fraud. I mean, you people with your paintings and ships and pennyweight schemes, it's almost laughable.
I don't see you laughing, Cece. I see a frightened, white-haired man.
It just proves, Augusta, my theory about the Lockridges. They will never attain the stature and moral fiber of the Capwells.
Then why don't you just explain your daughter's behavior?
I have two daughters.
Ah, well, you know, I mean the one that lives under the roof with you.
Eden? What about her?
Well, she's following my husband around like a lovesick puppy. It's really quite disgusting the way she's acting. As her father, I would talk to her.
Augusta, you should thank your lucky stars that you're a woman.
I do.
Mrs. Longridge, are you all right?
I'm fine. It's just my husband I'm worried about. It's the first Christmas Eve we'll be apart.
Okay, just empty your pockets right there on the table.
I'll let you know that they haven't built the prison yet to hold me.
Yeah, well, this isn't a prison, buddy. This is a jail. Now empty your pockets on the table, okay?
Well, picky. Jail, prison. Sounds the same to me.
What the hell is this?
Oh, that is an ancient fertility pin. It's been known to attract the attention of females from 100 miles away.
Yeah, well, it won't be doing you any good here. Next.
Turn to the side.
My right side? That seems to be my best side, but then again, some people prefer my left.
To the right, now.
Suppose I could have a few 5x7s of those for the kids. You know, it's Christmas. They get a real kick out of it.
Let's get out of here. We don't have all night, all right?
Funny feeling that I do. All right, what's next? My feet? I gotta warn you, my feet are ugly. Did a quiet time, weren't you?
Next.
Great. Perfect. I know how Gypsy Rose Lee felt. Do I really need an audience for this change?
Department policy.
Gotta warn you guys, when I take off my clothes, you're gonna see some kind of physique. Come on, Mr. Lockridge. Out of the clothes. It's really depressing around here. Nobody's got a sense of humor. No, pal. It's jail. Yeah? Oh, is that why they got bars all over this place? Oh. What's going on here? Why are you sleeping? What jails were supposed to be noisy. Huh? My little cheer. Little, joy. Christmas. Middle of the old yo-ho-ho.
Booze and broads, champagne and caviar.
No, just a little spirit, maybe? A little cheer? I don't know. It's Christmas. Isn't this the time we're supposed to fill our lungs and sing to the heavens?
Maybe in your neighborhood. In my neighborhood, you know what Christmas is? A lot of big bills and no money to pay them. This is not such a joyful occasion here.
Yeah, that could produce a morale problem, couldn't it?
Just a second. I know who you are. Eh? You're that rich dude that was diving for that safe. I seen him on television.
Well, big deal.
That does not make him a better person than us.
Do you know something? You are absolutely right. Now, wait a minute. I don't remember much about my Sunday school and all that, but didn't this particular holiday have something to do with the birth of a little baby and goodwill towards men and peace on earth and all that good stuff? Huh?
Thank you, Reverend.
If I was a reverend, would I be wearing this uniform? Now, what does that say to us, huh?
It says I'd be on my way to San Quentin.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it has something to do with, I don't know. Us all being destined to be together here at Christmas time.
Feels more like the Last Supper. Which reminds me, when do we eat around here?
Oh, knock it off. Let's hear what the man has to say. I could use a little Christmas spirit myself.
I don't know. Maybe I just need a little cheer. I was just remembering all the caroling. We used to go caroling. Every Christmas we go caroling. Singing Christmas carols. We get all the way downtown if anybody will listen to us, you know. We could try it here. Wouldn't hurt anything, right? Hark the herald angels sing.
All right, keep it down.
Glory to the newborn King.
Keep it down!
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant.
Oh, come ye to Bethlehem.
Yeah, nice voice.
Come and behold him.
All right.
Born the King of Reigns.
I told you before.
What?
I don't want to have to tell you again. Now keep it down.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Sergeant. We have a constitutional right to sing. It's in the Constitution. I know it. I saw it there, right?
Yeah.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Yeah, Mason Capo, please. It's urgent.
Yes, this is Mason Capel. Can I help you?
Yeah, it's about Lockridge.
Who's this?
I talked to you earlier today. You know, I told you about the coins. Well, I think I have some more information for you. You see, I saw Lionel Lockridge return from a party at that night at the Capel's the day your brother Channing died. He was wearing the same tuxedo that he's wearing tonight.
Please tell me who this is.
Listen to me. I think the man should be searched.
I'm going to have to insist that you give me your name.
No, I can't do that. You know, my husband, my family, we could be in danger.
Now, don't worry, Elsie. You're protected.
No, sorry.
Officer, I'd like Lionel Lockridge's clothes brought to me at once.
Right.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
I want you to locate any gardeners that have worked for the Lockridges in the past 5 years, especially interested in their wives.
What do I do if I find them?
I want you to bring them down here. I have to talk to them right away. It could be very important.
This is Christmas Eve.
So it is.
I get right on it.
Wonderful. Doesn't seem to be anything in the pockets. Wait a minute. Feels like there's some kind of paper in here. You got it.
Oh, what do you know? It must have slipped through a hole in the pocket. You know, I once dry cleaned a perfectly good pin that way.
Yeah, there it is.
Appears to be a note of some kind. It's got a blood stain on it.
That's incredible, those old paintings. So delicate. Somehow could survive all these years.
Well, but you did see the crates. A great deal of time was put into packing them.
It's almost as if they knew that they had to survive underwater for a century. You wouldn't think that they would have gone to those precautions.
Luckily for Lionel, they did.
Yes, and unlucky for us.
You mean the logbook?
I know that book represents a historical find for you, but to the Capwells it could mean a great deal of embarrassment.
Well, from what I understand, the Capwells are now being implicated in the sinking of the ship.
You know, I can't believe that Nathaniel was as bad as Lionel was making it out.
All for the love of a woman.
What's that?
Well, what he was reading about how Nathaniel was madly in love with Amanda Lockridge. You know, how it was a big, mad love triangle.
If what he was reading was actually there. You know, he's a true showman. He could have been making up all those words as he went along.
I suppose so.
If you two will excuse me, I think I'll turn in. It's been a rather exhausting evening.
Good night, Liz. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ah, Merry Christmas to you both. Good night.
Well, like she said, it's been a really exhausting evening, Daddy.
Honey, before you go, could you answer a question for me?
What's that?
Well, Augusta made an accusation tonight that you were chasing Lionel. I mean, she made the same charge a few days ago. Did you know what she meant by that?
Well, as you know, I was trying to get to the logbook before he did.
No, I mean in addition to that. She implied that there was some sort of a relationship between the two of you.
Augusta is a very suspicious, paranoid woman. I'm not having an affair with Lionel Lockridge. I never would. Lionel and I are bitter enemies. I hate him almost as much as you do.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I should never have brought it up. The whole idea is preposterous.
Look, when I fall in love with someone, it will be as someone a lot more virile than Lionel Lockridge.
And a lucky man he'll be, whoever it is.
Oh, I know who he'll be.
Oh, who?
Someone just like you. Good night. Oh, and Daddy. Merry Christmas. I love you.
Merry Christmas. I love you.
I'm sorry, Augusta. The answer's going to have to be no. No, I can't say why. Go get him. No, Augusta. Augusta, it's just that the situation has changed. Lionel won't be allowed any visitors until morning. Augusta? Hello? Fool woman. Just like her husband, like the whole family. Never listen to you.
Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Very good.
Oh, Lockridge!
What?
You wanted for questioning.
What? Ooh. Give him hell, Lionel. Yeah. Hey, teach the DA how to sing, all right? Put a little spirit in their life. Those guys can use it.
So, what about the bail?
Give me a judge. I'll be happy to talk about it.
Look, you already know that every judge in town is home for Christmas.
Gee, I'm sorry about that, counselor.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Right here. Oh, Lionel. Come right in and have a seat. This won't take long.
Who are you?
My name's Simpson, Mr. Lockridge. I'm your lawyer.
No, you're not my lawyer. Mike Claiborne is my lawyer.
Yes, I know, but Mr. Claiborne is skiing in Aspen this week, and I was the only attorney in the office. Mr. Capwell has briefed me on your case.
Oh. Well, the first thing you better know is that my lawyer would never believe anything that Mr. Capwell says. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then we can get going.
Okay, Lionel. The coins. Where did you find them?
I confess. I broke into the vending machine at the bus station.
No. These coins were worth thousands of dollars.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought you were talking about the ones in my piggy bank.
Oh, I was talking about the ones in your attaché case.
I don't know what you're talking about. There are no coins in my attaché case.
What about the clippings?
Clippings? Oh, did Gardner leave those out again? I told him they'll take the leaves, take the clippings.
The clippings about my brother's murder.
You got me again, Mason. I never heard of any clippings.
Okay, Lionel, why don't we cut the fun and games and get down to business?
I'm telling the truth.
Do you know who those coins belong to?
No idea.
Sophia Capwell.
You don't say.
Now, what was your relationship to Sophia Capwell, Lionel? I'm waiting.
The only thing I remember was the time in the grocery store when my cart ran into hers. She called me a junk food freak and went the other way. Other than that, I didn't know her very well.
You're lying.
I know. You got any more questions?
No. Guard, take the prisoner back to his cell.
I like your style, Simpson.
Yes, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Quiet lawyers are cheap lawyers. I like cheap lawyers.
Let's go, Mr. Lockridge.
Wait a second. Don't I get a phone call?
Well, yes, I suppose you do.
And isn't it supposed to be in private?
All right.
Hello?
Birdman of Santa Bárbara here.
Daddy, hi. We're so worried about you.
There's nothing to worry about. Huh? The other prisoners and I are already organized. The food strike starts at midnight.
I'd laugh if I thought you were kidding.
Seriously, everything's fine. I don't want you to worry.
Well, we are worried.
Guilty people worry, and your poor old dad's about as innocent as they come.
What about the coins?
Yeah, well, that was my mistake. I should have told you about that. I would have, too, if I thought it made a difference. I gathered Ted knew about them, too.
Mm-hmm, he did.
All right. Listen to me, my darling daughter. Just promise me one thing, that you won't blame Ted for telling you. I would guess that he was just trying to protect your feelings.
Your father?
Yes.
Oh, darling.
Dad, here, Mom is.
Give it to me, thanks. Hello? Are you all right, Lionel?
Never better. Well, maybe a little better. Certainly the oddest Christmas I've ever experienced.
Oh, it's just killing me that you're not here.
I know.
Oh, there's a chance.
It doesn't look like it, no.
You know what? This will be the first year.
Hey, don't even say it. Yeah, well, I've always found a way to treat you on Christmas. Tonight will be no different.
Darling, you're in jail. Unless you have some way out.
Where there's a jail, there's a will, or something. No. I'm not quite sure yet of my modus operandi, but somehow I'm going to make this your best Christmas ever.
Hey, Lockridge. It's pretty quiet in here.
What happened to all your Christmas cheer?
I'm thinking.
You're thinking?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about, your bail? You ain't gonna get a chance to make your bail for at least another 2 days.
That's it.
Huh?
That's it. Hey, guard! Guard, come here, quick! Quick!
All right. Hold it down. What do you want?
Listen. I want you to get Mason Capwell, you know, the assistant district attorney, and get him ready.
Well, I just saw him. I think he's getting ready to leave.
Hey, well, stop him. Stop him before he leaves, and tell him that I want to confess everything. In front of witnesses, reporters, everybody. Got that?
Okay.
Oh, wait. There is, however, one condition.
Well, isn't there always?
I want my wife, Augusta, there before I confess to anything.
Did I hear someone say something about a confession?
Yeah, just as soon as I have Augusta right here.
Well, before I agree to something like that...
You want me to confess or not, Mason?
That depends on what you're going to confess to.
Everything.
In that case, I'll have Augusta brought in right away.
You won't regret it?
For your sake, I hope I don't.
Chestnuts roasting on a
Joe?
You okay?
Yeah, what time is it?
It's almost midnight. Almost Christmas.
Good. Has something for you?
Oh, no, you shouldn't have done this.
Hey, come on, I saved up a lot of tips for this.
Oh, no, I can't let you do
Will you just open it?
Okay. You got this out of your tips? You are crazy.
Look, I make a lot more in tips than I do my salary.
It's beautiful.
Really? Do you like it?
Well, yeah, I've never seen anything quite like it. It's
special?
Yeah, special.
Really? You're welcome. That's a Christmas kiss?
They know that Santa's on his way.
Yeah, your wife is here to see you.
Oh. It's that good news. Hey, fellas, the little woman is here. So, listen, a little nice background music, okay? Maybe you could start out with, let's see, Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
When you hear what you think is angels, that will be us.
Beautiful.
Hey, Lionel, I got something for you. Here.
Oh, you shouldn't have done it.
Give her a kiss from us.
Oh, that's great. Listen, Gonna smell like a prince, right? Okay, fellas. Feliz Navidad. Happy holiday.
Okay, you've got 1/2 hour.
Starting as soon as you guys leave the room.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. We can't do that.
Wait a minute. This is the agreement I had with Mason, that we would have 1/2 hour in private. That was the agreement. Check with him.
Okay, but we're going to be right out here.
Ear against the door, no doubt.
1/2 hour, and we come in.
Don't forget to knock. Just kidding. What do you think?
8.
What?
8.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. How did you sneak that past the guard? Oh.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, we were lucky somebody was still in the lab. The Millhouse was catching up on some paperwork.
Let's see what you got. 6 years old.
Oh, what's that, sir?
The age of the blood on the note was approximately 6 years old. Okay, Tom, this is important. I need you to get me the autopsy report on my brother Channing's death. That's Channing Capwell, Jr., homicide about 5 or 6 years ago. I don't care who you have to wake up or whose Christmas party you interrupt. I'm specifically interested in his blood type.
Blood type?
Yeah, can you handle that?
I don't think it'll be much of a problem. I'll get right on it.
Good man.
Found that fired Lockridge gardener.
And?
Claims he wasn't fired. Claims he quit. Wasn't being paid on time. He's living in Michigan now.
What about the wife?
Couldn't care less. In fact, neither of them knew Lockridge had been arrested.
I don't get it. That was no long-distance phone call I received.
Sir?
No, it's just, It appears that I've been contacted twice by somebody who's trying to set Lionel up.
You say so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me, Tom. What do you got? AB negative, are you sure? All right. Thank you. AB negative. That's the same. Same blood that was found on the note. Channing's blood. Dear God, it all works out. Lionel may well have killed Channing.
How did you get that champagne in his jail? My favorite year of sparkling cider, my dear.
1985. Next year, the real thing.
I'll drink to that.
Me too. I love you.
I love you.
Wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love.
I'm sorry. I just had to see you tonight.
Yeah, well, me too.
It was terrible to you.
Don't worry about it.
You'll forgive me then?
I was never angry.
I don't know what I'd do without you. I love you so much.
It's okay. We'll get through this.
I know.
It's just a temporary inconvenience.
Right.
I'm so worried I lost you.
Never. I promise.
I promise too. Lincoln, Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
To my Uncle Cece, with love, Brandon.